Aloha, everyone, and welcome to the Local My Way. As those of you who joined on my last live realized, we started going through the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I got that name right. So anyhow, over the last few days on Discord, I've been posting some questions as we start going through the book and trying to figure out how we can take the four agreements into our own lives and start living by them and help ourselves along our own journey, our own paths. And I thought maybe what would be nice at this point is if I came onto YouTube and once every day, other day, whatever, come in and talk about some of the questions that might help propel us towards figuring out the agreements for ourselves and how we can put them into play. One of the first things that the book talks about is domestication. Most of us have heard that word before, okay? Well, we have cows that are domesticated, or we have our animals who are domesticated. Say hi, Cassie. And, but in this book, domestication becomes something slightly different. Domestication is actually a process each of us went through. As we were born, we were blank slates. We came into the world and we cried and we ate, pooped, peed, all those fun things. But you know what? We were kind of blank slates. We had a little bit of a personality. Anyone who has kids knows you have the one kid who cries a little bit more, one who's a little more fussy, one who just sleeps through the night and is a little angel and all those things. But there's the beginning. Right there is the beginning of the whole idea of domestication. Just what I said. You have the one who cries all the time. You have the one who sleeps all night and is what? A little angel. There's your first example of domestication. Our parents, without knowing it, our family members, friends, everyone else in our lives start to put expectations on us. Things that we are taught are the right things or the wrong things. For example, you've got a child who sleeps through the night. You are so lucky. Oh my gosh, they're such amazing kids and all. Well, what says that a child who sleeps through the night is any more amazing than a child that wakes up every 2 hours? Yes, it drives mom and dad crazy, but what's behind that? And that's the beginning of it. So as we grow up, we start having certain things mentioned to us that tell us, well, I am a good girl because I do this. Okay, mommy and daddy expect that a good girl sits quietly at the dinner table and eats. There was a time frame, okay? We all have heard back in previous generations that that's what the child did. That was an agreement that was put towards them in that generation, that children were meant to sit at the table, not to be heard, not to say anything, eat your meal, ask for permission to leave when you were ready to leave. Now, new generations grow up. Okay, I was expected to sit at a dinner table and talk with my family. We often had the news on at the time, and I wasn't expected to be quiet. My mom and dad wanted to know what was going on in my life. Okay, they wanted to know what happened at school. All those things. Totally different expectations of what a child was supposed to be like. And there were other families where I'm sure the child was expected to be quiet. Or other families even more so where there was no such thing as a dinner table. Okay, you ate, okay, whether it be on TV tables or whenever, okay, you were ready to go eat, you went and ate whatever. Okay, different expectations among different families, different agreements. There were other things, though, that started to go on. Your agreements went beyond just behavior. Okay, perhaps it had to do with what a girl versus a boy was. Now, I'm not getting into the thing of, okay, well, my child seems to be wanting to be a boy even though they're a girl because you know what, they're playing with cars instead of dolls and stuff, and they're saying this, or they want long hair, or they want short hair. I'm not talking about that level of thing. That's a totally different subject. What I'm talking more about is the idea that as we start growing up, certain things do start happening. Okay, color first one that pops up as soon as you have a gender reveal? Pink versus blue. Gender thing, okay, in our heads. Immediately, this domestication idea that girls, when they're born sweet, okay, what are all the saying? Okay, they're sweet and spice and sugar and spice and everything nice. That's it. Okay, boys, okay, puppy dog tails and all that other stuff. Different thoughts of what a girl versus a boy is supposed to be. Another set of expectations that we start to develop on ourselves. So some of the first questions I asked on Discord, and I will include Discord link for anyone in the summary below this. So please, if you would like to join, become part of the Discord, you can answer these questions, as I say, in Discord on your own, in your own journal, or if you want to participate in the folder itself. Definitely, we're all here to help each other if we want to have other people around to help us work through the agreements themselves. So a couple questions. First was, how is it that you see yourself? Okay. First, how is it you see yourself and how that relates to how people told you to see yourself based off of how you grew up? So first question B, growing up, what were some of the expectations put on you? What were you told you had to be? Okay, what were those early agreements? Okay, were you expected to play with a certain type of toy? Were you told good girls and boys were quiet? Or were you told good girls and boys are expected to ask questions and push and get other answers and be themselves? Different ways. Not saying one's good versus another. They're new agreements being made with your children. So what were those agreements that were being made with you as you were growing up? They could have been good. They could have been bad. Okay, it could have had to do with anything. What were some of those? Next, how do you see yourself? Because that's what those agreements start doing to us. If I am told that a good girl sits quietly at school and listens to the teacher, sits in the first couple rows, and am expected to be quiet and raise my hand each time I had a question, things like that, that is going to change the way I see myself. Okay, because if I'm able to do those things, that's how I start seeing, okay, I'm being good because you know what? Yeah, okay, I am being the person everyone expects me to be. Not parents, everyone, society in general. They expect me to be doing this. But on the other hand, if you're being told all your time by society that you have to be sitting there in the front row, raising your hand, answering all the questions, and okay, knowing what you're talking about and things like that. And for some reason, okay, and there are many, many reasons. Some of them are physical, chemical, all sorts of things, just the way you're raised. You aren't able to do those things. Then you start seeing yourself negatively. Okay, oh gosh, yeah. Everyone wants me to raise my hand, and I don't want to raise my hand because then people are going to look at me and, oh gosh, if they look at me and I answer the wrong question, if I say the wrong thing, what are people going to think about me? And I'm just no good. I'm no good. I can't answer the questions in front of people, and everyone's going to be disappointed in me if I answer. Those are the things that you start doing, and over time you start believing those things about yourself. That's where the agreements start. Some of them really being wonderful things you can follow your life by and will build you up. Others that will start tearing you down, that take negative energy. Okay, they build up the negative energy in you. They make you feel bad about yourself. And as we go through this, that's what we're trying to do. So go into Discord, go into your journal. What are the qualities that you see in yourself? Okay, what are those things that you look at yourself with? Okay, myself, I believe I'm honest, I'm caring. Do Do I believe I am a procrastinator? Okay. Am I a good person versus a bad person? Am I good looking or am I not good looking? Those types of things. Each of those take a judgment call. But what is it about yourself that you see? Once we can look at what we see in ourselves, then we can take the next step, which will happen, which is what is it other people see? And then we can pull the two together. And that would be another step that we'll take later. But I want to keep these nice and short videos right now so that people can kind of think about what's going on. And go into Discord if you'd like to. If not, pull out your journal. Okay, write in there. What are some of the agreements your parents made with you? What were the things that they taught you as you were growing up? Question number 2, again, what are the agreements you have made with yourself? How do you see yourself? What are good? What are bad? Because it's on both sides, and there's nothing wrong with it being on both sides. Strength. Okay, those are strengths when you can actually see yourself on both sides. So take a look at those. See what your thoughts are on that. And we'll come back in another day or two and look at what some other steps are within the 4 agreements. Pick up a copy of the book. I know it's on Kindle. It's on iBooks if you want to go check that out. Please go pick up a copy of a book. It's really cheap. I think it was like $6.99, $7.99. Go to your library, pick it up. It has to be one of the best books I've ever read for myself. And starting next week, we'll actually start into the 4 agreements themselves with our first one. But first we need to kind of get a better understanding of where we stand with our own agreements with ourselves before we can start looking at changing those and how to fit them into our lives in the future. So hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. We are on Wednesday right now, Wednesday hump day. So we just got to get through this and we're okay, coasting forward to the end of the week. And I'll see you on Friday at that point for our live. Everyone, hope you're having an awesome week. Please hit that thumbs up right down there and hit subscribe. Go visit the Discord. Hit that bell. You guys, y'all know the whole thing. You don't need me telling you any of that stuff. And but just please do that. It will make a big difference for me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to y'all later. Okay, goodbye.